Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 87 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of October 28th, 2017. I am your host, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man, and with me I have Wybold, Jader, and Milky as usual. And returning, due to a lightning-fast response from the Trivia Galaxy, Eric is our guest.
I'm back!
And, oh boy, do we have a locomotive versus. But, along with a few shakeups this week, the train will terminate at this station.
Okay, this week we are in Davenport, not Davenport, fake Davenport, on the Aquidneck Central. We have Agili's running some equipment that I can't see, but I'm going to say is lovely regardless, doing train things.
Anyways, he's probably gonna... Oh, and he just deleted the consist. I thought he was about to leave. What the hell has he got? Oh no, he has the turbo train, or the aero train. Oh, he's got something else.
Nice.
Anyways... Oh, we have a shake-up. This is the first of many this week. Or not first of many, I guess, but this is the first one this week.
Sure.
And it starts with the mantle responsibility is no longer in the hands of the Canadian National Railroad.
What?
So, on October 17th, a storm, and we'll talk about this later, but a storm blew 13 cars off of a trestle and shut down the main line. And that was wind gusts of up to 135 kilometers per hour. So that's like 80 miles an hour or so. Or 80, 90 miles an hour. And
that's pretty bad.
Yeah, and it was a TOFC... No, not a TOFC. It was a double-stack train that got blown off the bridge. Holy crap.
Actually, I think this happened in two locations on two different bridges.
It did. We're going to talk about it more later, but yeah, no, there was a lot of stuff that got knocked off bridges today, or, this past couple weeks. There's one of two derailments. The other one happened 250 kilometers southwest, and both of them were caused by the wind. So it's
no fault on the railroad. It's Mother Nature.
No fault on the railroad, no. But you're generally supposed to pay attention to the weather forecast before sending trains out.
Yeah. Right.
That's kind of their fault. Anyways, the other Canucks, Canadian Pacific, on October 5th. By the looks of it, which was before the last thing, but there was a derailment. Oh, I think we talked about this, but there was a derailment. No, we didn't talk about this because I had to change the date. But they're working on cleaning up this line. 37 cars derailed, carrying potash or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that exactly. Potash? I don't think it's potash.
I think it is.
Anyways. Also, Norfolk Southern on October 21st derailed, sending some cars in Knoxville into a building.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
50 cars. 50 cars derailed.
Ooh.
Originally, it was reported that 50 cars were derailed. Norfolk Southern later said 10 cars derailed. So, somewhere between 10 and 50 cars derailed.
Which, 10's kind of a lot, too.
That's a bit of a spread, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was also a double-stack train. These double-stack trains are dangerous. We gotta get them off the rails.
Yeah. They're gonna blow up.
But guess who is the new holder of the mantle responsibility?
Is it Kansas City Southern?
CSX.
It's always Kansas City Southern. So they have it back maybe sometime in 2019. they'll have another accident and give it to somebody else. But, anyways, let me sort this stuff out. I see another shake-up under Jader's thing, and I'm slightly perturbed by it. So go ahead, Jader.
Under my thing. Right. So, the sad news, the Fox Lake area is, for the time being, dead.
Yeah, for the time being, do you really mean for the time being?
Yes, for the time being. Like, well, okay. Like, I had the entire area of Ruth done.
Oh, that's
and then
right,
I went
you
to
lost some.
Yeah, the root like corrupted itself, and the the latest, complete version I had nothing in the Ruth area, like nothing south of Yankton.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why they say back up, back up, back up, back up.
Yeah, I thought it would be fine, but
And
that was a stupid thing to assume with trains.
well, see, the same thing happened to Achilles. Like the same, because he was going to send me his route for the route review, and he's just like, "Oh, it deleted itself."
It killed itself.
And my first thought is, do you not have a CDP save somewhere? I do that all the time, and somehow I've never had a route just go away aside from Geiger Mountains, which
I've never had the problem either, and I've never done it.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is though, the route still exists. It's just I go into it and everything is an empty tile.
yeah, and
There's
that's
no
what-
track or anything, which is just weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
It is evaporated.
Yeah.
But what are you working
So
on now then?
Well, right now I'm working on the Blue Mountain Southern.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let me find the track. Why is it in my memes folder? Okay. Right. So it's pretty much a it's the Blue Mountain Southern Railroad, but it represents all the Gmod maps that we operate on.
Hmm.
So
Be a nice idea.
yeah, that's the outdated. Hang on, that's old fake news. Hold on.
Oh my god, it's a map that I didn't make. I need to
Oh my
I need to turn
God.
this the right way around.
Oh well, there's a thing I can use.
Okay, hold on. Let me try to find it. And
Oh wait, this is the fake news one? Never mind.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you've got
trying to.
2 foot on the map?
Yeah, that was before I went through and kind of I scaled it back a bit, and I got rid of the 2 foot.
Oh wait.
I mean, I might keep it in my version. I don't know.
So it's the whole way we're going to be 3 foot, seeing as how we're getting the track we get.
No, it's gonna be standard gauge, so you can actually run stuff.
Okay.
Run stuff.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, if it was 3 foot, well, I mean, there is some
You
stuff.
could run the odd step on it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, here it is.
Yeah, anyways. I don't have any pictures of the work that I've been doing on the West Frame Brightford quite yet, but I've been making steady progress going on the coast down to the decently sized town of Albany. And then I've been making my way from there through a river canyon into Cattle Fort.
Cattle Fort?
Yeah,
That's a name.
Like, right?
yeah,
Okay,
Cattle Fort. It's a
So-
town name.
it's a fort made of cattle.
Yeah.
Is it a fort made of cattle, or is it like a fort at
The-
cattle?
But there are cattle, and there's a fort nearby. I don't know.
Is it not?
No,
The fort moves with it.
yeah, they all move in unison.
Is the
No, they pick
They
up the
do-
whole fort and ship it by train.
Well, no.
to-
They probably.
They do
Why,
move
well,
by
yeah.
herd.
Wait, no. Don't ship it by train. If the cows are moving, just ship it by cow. Like, put all the
Okay.
cows under the bottom of the fort, and they'll carry it.
Omni has a makes a roundhouse facility, which is the. I think it might be. I'm not sure who made the roundhouse. The Skagway roundhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I want to guess Ben Dorsey.
Yeah,
Either Dorsey or
except for
I don't know the other guy that does things.
this one. When you have a locomotive parked in it, the doors are actually shut, and when you pull it out, they open.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool.
It's really great.
Does it happen to have a turntable where the track jumps about 10 feet in the air when you try to use it?
No.
Okay. Here's my latest grievance with Olive.
Oh boy.
That happens.
Oh,
I don't know why. I don't have another good turntable / roundhouse to replace it, because it fits so well right there. But the track does this weird thing where the moment that there's no signal bridge under those signals, the moment that even if you place a new one down, it's already like this. But when you try to turn the turntable, the track goes boop, about 10 feet in the air. And it stays there. It doesn't come back down.
Huh.
And it's not just a
Weird.
graphical glitch either, because you can't drive a train, like, on it. Like, you can't drive a train onto or off of the turntable when it's like that. And it's very strange.
So it just disables the turntable.
Yeah, basically. My turntable is broken.
Yeah,
For
that's
some
weird, man.
Turntable machine broke. Okay, actually, I do have some photos of the Weber Canyon itself, but not Albany. Okay, well, use the basic textures and terrain of it.
I think last time I talked about how I've sort of reached a limit for my, a limit for what my spreadsheets can do right now. But I've been filling up my ideas document,
Uh-oh.
and I'm excited still.
oh no.
I've got so many things that I want to build.
Yeah.
I've got so many like minor plans. Oh, it's good. It's good, man. But however,
that's my word in a nutshell. Minor pranks that I came up with in my head combined.
yeah. However, I'm beginning to learn just how long 15 miles is.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a distance. It's probably longer than like any route that I've ever built single-handedly.
Yeah.
And that's just to get to the next interlocking.
Like the Westford and Brightford is a pretty decently named route between towns.
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes you an hour to get between towns.
Well, that's good.
Or more if you're obeying the speed limit.
Yeah, what's your speed limit?
I've actually been putting that down to 30
Oh,
on the
okay.
narrow gigs.
Yeah, see, and
On
also,
the interurban, you can highball.
also your scenery is like one tile wide.
Yeah.
And that's good. Like I think I brought this up last time. So I talked about the fact that I've found the new, or like a couple of new commands that I very much like in trains, and I want to make an operating session on a map that I make specifically based around one of them in particular. That one in particular being the couple at track mark command. So
Okay.
I want to make like a map that isn't scenically beautiful, but it works operationally, and I can basically you just get random trains that get spit out of a portal with random commodities, and you switch them out and put them back together, and then other trains come out and they grab stuff off of X track and leave in
Yeah.
X direction. Like,
Nice.
because they'll know to do that.
Yeah.
I really want to do that. I really am excited to, like, build that, but that's just a side project in the back of my head. I think it
Yeah.
would be so great for switching ops, you know, either for, like, practicing or, you know, multiplayer or whatever, because it could be so
I wouldn't mind doing that to the West Frame Byford.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna try to make the BM&S multiplayer friendly.
I like it. I like
So
it.
far, so good on the West Frame Byford being multiplayer friendly.
Mm-hmm.
With the exception of weed skins that I'm going to upload at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same place. Like, it's the thingy, God damn it. The
Use your words.
the map itself doesn't. I had like a brain failure. The map itself doesn't have anything that isn't on the DLS or in the base of Tane, and that makes
Yeah.
me extremely happy. And I've been sort of culturing a reserve of specific freight cars that can be used for it, that are on the DLS, etc., etc., etc. But
I usually can do that. Because all the stuff that I've been using is Togog stuff.
mm-hmm.
And it's all really good stuff, except for it didn't add anything to load to them. So I'm going to have to go through and add the loads to make them work. Because I want this to be an actual working railroad network. Like the dual gauge is going to be completely functional. You can do dual gauge stuff.
Well, I would hope so.
What? I'm busy. I can't.
Okay.
I put it away.
Yeah.
I need it.
I can't.
And-
I'm busy.
If you're there at the
Doing a
right
podcast.
time on Menturban, you can see a narrow gauge train going down on the other side of the river.
That's one of the scenes that I want to do. I want to have two lines from different railroads that sort of interweave, you know, go above one another or below one another, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I have no idea where on the map I would put that. I have literally no idea, because there are no areas where we have the right kind of, where I've designed like the right kind of terrain for that, where two lines will be running in parallel. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to build a branch line that
That intersects it, yeah.
yeah, like that isn't on the base map, which I've already done one, and I'm planning a second one, but it's like, where am I putting this?
I had one of those on the Oregon Southern. It was like a UP spur that went onto the P&W.
Mm-hmm. You know, that way you can do things. Also, I found out how difficult it is to actually, like, operate properly the olive branch and keep up with the forestry, because goddamn, it just puts out way too fast.
Well, I mean that's where multiplayer comes in. You have somebody just running back and forth from
Yeah,
olive to the forestry.
I mean, yeah. Goddamn, though. It's like 50, it can hold like 50 logs or something, and that means it'll
Yeah.
fill up in 25 minutes. So, that's not a long turnaround time. That's pretty quick.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. It's a son of a gun. So I think on my spreadsheets I'm going to have to cut down on like the written productivity of that. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway,
Yes, we shall see.
we shall see. Alright. Anyways, what else? What else is going on with people?
I explored the railroad way a while ago.
Oh yeah.
Like a few days ago. My pictures are up here
You need to scroll
above
past
the
all
Chicago
pictures.
dump.
Chicago dump.
I pretty much I have this overlay on Google Maps that tells me where old railroads were in the state.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just hopped on there all the way away.
Did somebody make that, or?
Yeah,
Is it-
it's on Google My Maps.
I need
And
to get one of those.
there's quite a few different ones of it too, like for other states.
Yeah, because Wild, I know you have something like that. For what you
I know that he has something.
I think
Hey.
TJ was making one for Rhode Island, but I'm not sure how that
That's
sort
a
of
guy,
works
right?
out.
Yeah. Now walking down this dirt road, that was the library.
I
And
did.
got back just in time to see some Amtrak.
Amtrak.
And a FRA inspection train behind it.
Was creeping on it,
And just creeping.
following you. Let me see.
And then on my way there to go see the Amtrak, I got stopped by this fella,
Spell. Oh, what is that?
1501.
Oh. Just scroll past all the
Wow.
Chicago pictures.
Which I wasn't disappointed.
Not disappointed. I guess what I did something similar, except I didn't have to seek out an abandoned roadbed.
Okay.
Let me grab it because I don't think I can properly send the video, but I visited a little place that we model on the New England Berkshire and Western called State Line Tunnel.
Alright.
And this is one of the oldest active railroad tunnels. I believe it's definitely the oldest active railroad tunnel in New England, although the older bore is not the one that's in service. The older bore, which is the one on the left, is the one that I walked through. And it was built in 1841
Okay.
to complete the Boston and Albany Railroad, or what would become the Boston and Albany Railroad. It originally had 2 tracks, and then they drilled the second bore, and they put a 3rd track in that, and then they eventually phased out the the older one.
Okay.
Which
Well, that's awesome.
I have a 3-minute long video of a very long CSX train going through the tunnel from standing on top of the tunnel.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the road goes over the top. And so I stopped, I pulled off to the side. It's a dirt road. I pulled off to the side. Actually, here's where it gets weird. I pulled off to the side, and there's, like, no trespassing signs on basically every other tree, and they're all brightly
Okay.
colored. And there's a gate. It's a gated section where, like, the road turns into an area, although it's not really a road. So I just pulled over next to that, and I walked around the gate after waiting for a couple of cars to go by, just, like, to make sure they weren't police. And then I walked around the gate, and then I walked into this area which I assumed was a no trespassing zone, and I immediately turned to my left and see a shack. And it is not a shack, it is a 2-sided wooden thing that says, "Welcome to blah 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 preserve.
What?
Here, sign the guest book, and take one of these pamphlets." And it's
What?
the Northeastern Cave Conservancy Incorporated.
Well, alright.
And I went, what the hell? So I took one of these pamphlets, and I have it here. And it's pristine. It was like in a little plastic case, but it looks brand new. So I don't think it's been sitting there for a while.
Does it have a year on it? or anything?
No, I'm looking right now to see. Like, there's a thing about responsible caving, and, like, join our efforts to preserve caves and karst in the Northeast, and, like, blah 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 blah. It's just... By the way, there was no guest book to be found. But, actually, there's a website on here. I'm going to look this up when it's not my turn to talk. But, so that was a state line. So then I'm sitting there staring at that bewildered, and I hear a train horn. And I go, alright, and I run to the edge. Like, I push through the woods, I run out to the edge of the tunnel, and I just stand on top, and I have a 3-minute long video of the train coming around the corner, and it's like, it's not quite dusk, but the sun is going down, and it's the Berkshires, and it's fall, and everything's exploding with color, and this train comes around the corner and goes into the tunnel right underneath me, because I'm standing right on top of the tracks. And the engineer
Nice.
blows the horn as he goes underneath me. And then I just sat there and videoed this whole train, which this was a long train. It was heading to Boston. And when it's gone, I go, alright, time to get down. So I went around, and you can't see it on the picture, but I went around like the left side and climbed down. So I realize I haven't been showing the viewers these pictures. But I was up here, and I climbed down this way, which is quite steep and treacherous.
You're all together not safe.
It was like clinging to saplings, and of course at the bottom, what happened is there was like the drainage ditch, so I had to find a spot where I could get over the drainage ditch without falling in because it was full of water. And so then I did that, and I stood there for a second, and I took some pictures, and then I decided, all right, let's walk through the tunnel. And so I didn't walk through the bore that was active because I'm not stupid. And I decided to walk through the other one, the 1841 tunnel. And so I'm going through there, and it's only like a 600-foot long tunnel. It's not long at all. And there were a bunch of people, especially at the railroad club. They're like, I don't know why they didn't daylight this tunnel, why they didn't just blow out the roof of the mountain. And it was like, I don't know, whatever. They built the tunnel. And so I walked through, and I'm like, 90% of the way through.
Mm-hmm.
And I see in the ballast, because there's still ballast at the bottom. It's just like a path for trucks to drive. And I see in the ballast this massive chunk of rock that's like the size of a king, or not a king. Yeah, I don't know, maybe like a king bed. Like, it's big.
Damn.
And a few feet tall. And I go, where the hell did this come from? And then I look up. In the ceiling of the tunnel, there's a giant rock-shaped hole.
Oh.
And I go,
Oh dear.
oh.
Jeez.
Oh. Yeah, I
It's
can
not
see why
good.
they're using the other tunnel. And then I just continued. I walked out the other side, and while I was almost out, I saw this little thing posted on the wall that's 164.83, and that is 164.83 miles to the end of Boston and Albany trackage in Boston.
Wow.
And that's their mile post.
Nice.
And I
Very
turned around
nice.
and I took a picture of the other end of the tunnel. Now, again, the newer bore is unstable slightly as well, so you can see this giant concrete, slab that's holding up the outside of the tunnel. But, yeah, that. And then I was like, okay, there's a grade crossing down there, because I don't want to climb back up the side of the hill. There's a grade crossing, I'll walk down, and I'll walk up that way, and blah, blah, blah. And I get to the grade crossing, and I look in the woods next to the tracks, and there's a white pickup truck. And I go,
no.
Oh,
no.
Uh-oh.
Thankfully, it was just like some farmer's truck.
Oh,
Because there
you're
was
so
a
lucky,
farm
man.
right there. I was like, oh, thank goodness. And then I just walked through this guy's farm and out to the back to the road and back to the car. I had a moment of, uh-oh, time to leave, not through this way.
Time to turn around and go back
Yeah.
the other way.
Also, here's
Time to
something
go steal that wall.
Here's something awesome that's related to this that I found. I
All right.
found a complete quarter-mile map for the Boston and Albany Railroad, period, online. So for
Okay.
the 200 miles between Albany and Boston, with all of the passing sidings, all of the crossovers, everything.
Wow.
Also, it's on
That'd
this...
be useful if you were making a model of it.
Oh,
in
yeah.
James.
Well, and it's got the gradients too. It's got a side, like a hill profile. It is
Damn.
amazing, and it's I have so much fuel for Tollbred now. Like, I'm gonna use these, the ideas that I get from this, including gradients and stuff like that. And the thing that got me was, you go into the track chart page, and it's the track chart is drawn at a vertical scale of 4 inches to the mile. Blah 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 blah. How to use this? To view the entire chart, select Rensselaer and 200 miles. Note: selecting Rensselaer and 200 miles will initiate a large graphic download, over 5 megabytes, expressed in terms of the chart itself, 66.5 feet. Not recommended for those browsing with dial-up connections. And I went, how old is this website?
Oh,
Wait a minute. What did this say? 5 megabytes?
5 whole
Yeah.
megabytes.
Yep.
And I immediately went, all right, you know what?
Oh,
I'm saving this webpage in its entirety because I don't want to lose I don't. If this website goes down after however long it's been here, I don't
Wait,
want to lose
was it-
access to these files.
was it multi-model ways or what?
No, it's zeekdev.com.
Okay, because I just found a website that has the whole SP Oregon division
Oh,
on
there
here.
you go. Well, no, this is specifically. It's got a New York Central System logo and a track charts of Boston and Albany Railroad logo on it. It's like this railroad is something that's specifically made. This webpage is something that this guy specifically made for this.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, I got a 155 page chat chart of the SP Oregon
well,
division.
there you
Okay.
go.
Yeah. Downloading this.
Do it. Do it. You gotta save that stuff.
Yeah.
This actually goes well because I found an actual. I found a timetable for the B&A as well online. It's kind of difficult to read because it's like, you think I know what a JPEG is? But
Mine's in a PDF form.
if I need to send this stuff to the Run 8 devs and be like, plus.
Plus.
Devs plus. Although they're
Okay,
doing
what other
modern
stuff
era,
do they
so.
have?
Send it to
Western division
Railworks.
chart.
No. I'll send it to JR.
Or-
I was just gonna say, send it
Yeah.
to Join Rail.
Yeah. Or like Trains Italia. They make good routes.
Enjoying the freeware.
F. Trains
Trans Italia
Italia.
is so dead.
F. Paying respects.
Yeah.
May your huge boy rest in peace.
Huge. The bigger boy.
Yes, the bigger boy.
Please get one of those trains. Alright, what else is everyone doing? I've rambled for long enough.
Yes, you have. I went to Chicago.
Rude!
Okay.
Yes, you have. Shut up.
Hey, you did the Chicago.
I did the
went
Chicago.
You
to
did the
my
Lakeshore
baby.
Limited.
I did take the Lakeshore Limited. We were 50 minutes late going into Chicago.
5-0?
5-0.
That's
So
impressive.
the late shore limited.
You want to know why we were that late?
What?
There was one train in front of us, hauling about 60 empties at 2 miles an hour,
Jeez.
holding up us and 2 other trains. Why?
Whose train was it?
I think it was Norfolk Southern, actually.
Oh, okay.
Damn it.
If you're gonna say, if you were hoping for CSX, they don't operate out that way.
I mean, well, yes and no, but yeah. We have plenty to talk about with CSX later. Still.
Oh, yes.
Still.
I mean, I saw CP, I think I saw CN and Norfolk Southern and Union Pacific. No CSX at all.
They're dead.
Yeah,
Did
They're
you
gonna
see
be
any
soon.
tier 4s? Just kidding.
I wouldn't even know what to look for.
Yeah, I don't either.
Big
I would-
Dash 9 with big radiator grills. Like, huge.
Okay. I don't know what a Dash
Alright.
9 looks like, but okay.
Nerd.
Givo.
Listen, man, it's words I don't know. They're all diesels to me.
But yeah, I posted a massive photo dump. I saw 1630 Frisco.
Nice.
Saw the turbine.
You saw the system in my baby.
Find my baby.
And I explored Chicago for the weekend. It was
Nice.
fun. I also saw 3001. Didn't get anywhere close to it because I only saw it from the train, but beside the point.
I mean, that's still cool.
Yeah,
It's rolling
Well,
Conrail
over.
Steam program.
I was not
Yeah.
I was not expecting to see that. That was right after our delay.
Did you? Oh, don't. I'm dumb. Never mind.
What were we gonna? What were you
Nope,
about
never
to
mind.
ask?
I'm not going to ask that question. I'm really stupid. I don't remember how to
Alice,
geography.
Silly.
All I'm going to say is Buffalo is to the east of Cleveland.
Yes.
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 Oh yeah, it was an entertaining weekend, except for the fact that the Illinois Railroad Museum decided that they were going to close an hour early for no reason.
You know what?
Well-
You know what? I know what closes like historic sites, museums early. Listen, There's this rascal going around shaking webcams.
He's definitely not Chris.
Definitely not Chris.
Shook.
Sure.
Speaking of, hey, that dome is the one that we talked about recently. That the train shed at Chicago Union Station we talked about last week. They're going to do repairs on it, like significant.
Yeah,
repairs.
they are currently doing the repairs.
There you go.
Also, it goes. We have to show this one picture. We have to show the Ada Dinger Ding.
Aider dinger ding.
Ada Dinger Ding.
Aider dinger ding.
There's your name for the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Ada Dinger Ding.
Roll credits.
Well,
Ding.
podcast over. Okay.
Podcast over. Good night, everybody.
Ate a
sins.
dinger ding. Burger with a hand in it.
Everything wrong with the Terminus podcast.
Ate a dinger ding.
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 All right, what else?
Ghost Trolley.
Oh, I have.
Too spooky.
Too spooky for me.
Wasn't exactly very spooky.
No.
Oh, disappointment.
Yeah. So
the
on the
car that you're
21st.
using is pretty spooky. The wired on it, it's one truck.
No, it's two trucks. We have one.
Okay, good.
We have one that's one truck. I forget which one it is, but we have one. I think right now it's under a tarp.
It's a tarp.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is under a tarp.
I
But,
think one of our guys was out there for this spooky trolley event.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, but October 21st went to the first day of Ghost Trolley. It was awesome. They sold out completely and ran, I think, 2 or 3 extra trips.
Did you get a tribe? Yeah, all?
No, I was one of the hobos.
Oh, you were one hope.
Yeah,
Hobo.
Okay.
yeah. Which I mean, it wasn't too bad. You just get to sit next to a campfire, wave at the trolley, and wave at all the NS trains that come by.
How do wait?
Yeah.
What do you? Okay, I was literally about to ask, what were your duties as hobo?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't. Yeah, other than that, I didn't really have to do anything. Except nobody remembered to bring food,
God
so
damn
we
it!
Oops.
kind of
So
starved.
We
everyone
sat
went
there and
hungry, yeah.
starved.
Yeah, for like 6 hours,
Oh,
and no, we didn't have time to like go make a quick McDonald's run or something.
that's when you tell the trolley to go home for beans.
Yeah, can
Well,
you
I
bring
mean,
us something?
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, I mean, we were tempted to like call them on the radio, like, hey, when you get back up, can you tell one of the volunteers that doesn't do anything, can you run out to McDonald's or something and get the hobos
Yeah.
food?
No, here's what you do. Here's what you do. You pretend to tie someone to the tracks, and then start to like you ad lib a whole scene that culminates in the hobos asking the train crew for food.
Yeah.
You'll have to go off script a little bit, but I think the writers would appreciate it. Listen, we need to feed the ghost, or else it'll eat us.
Oh, gee.
And then, like, your stomach rumbles. See, I can hear the ghost.
Well, no, the ghost trolley that we park at the end of the line, it's supposed to be like you just see this headlight, and everybody on the trolley going towards it is, but they're all freaking out.
Spook.
But the about halfway through the event, the headlight went out.
Just like on our
You should have said,
double-decker.
please send food and a light.
Yeah.
I mean,
like,
they brought us some
It's
water.
It's like Polar Express. They've got the freaking headlight.
Except you're not on the front of the steam
Don't
engine
remind
going.
me.
Yeah, except you're not on the front of the steam engine going
I-
100,000
The
miles an hour.
light!
The light!
Oh, yeah, again, that trolley can't go very fast in the first place.
No, I think they go, I don't know, 10.
Okay,
20
here's
maybe.
what you
Now, the
do.
interurban car I've been fixing up, on the other hand, I could probably go fast.
How fast?
I mean,
how fast is faster an interurban car?
fast.
The one that I rode at
70
the
to 90.
yeah, I was just gonna say
90?
the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, we have, there's a car at the museum it's under a tarp right now. But it like one of its sister cars raced against a plane in 1930, I think, and won.
What?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, when we're done, I'll go find the Facebook post.
Damn, son.
Yeah, but I took some. I was the photographer hobo.
Photographer hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skype will work. I just dumped like 11 pictures. There it goes.
Oh.
Took these on my phone and kind of went through and edited them with the settings on my phone, and they turned out pretty good.
I like your campfire.
Thanks.
Campfire and NS.
Yeah, those turned out better than I thought it was going to. Even without the editing, they turned out really good.
Too spooky. You know what? We need to get.
Ooh.
We need to get. This is just an aside. We need to get Kavan on the show to talk about his experience now, because he's
He's one of us.
Yeah, he's one of you guys. He's volunteering at the Rare Museum. He's volunteering, or no, he's not volunteering. He works at Grapevine.
Yeah.
He gets paid.
Oh.
Paid to chooch.
He gets paid to chooch.
Oh well. Oh wait,
Soon.
here's the only scary part.
Ooh, what is it?
This is Tony, one of the other hobos, and a few times when the trolley, right as the trolley came by, he'd pour kerosene on the fire.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yep.
Because that's safe.
Oh, we've got some kerosene. We're just gonna.
Well, no, it's like they brought it. Yeah, when the trolley came down right before we started, they gave us some water, a blowtorch, and like half a can of kerosene.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's Boy Scout water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give them
Yep.
some kerosene. That'll help.
It's when the engines aren't lighting off in the morning. That's the easiest way to get them going. You take a Dasani water bottle, punch a hole in the cap, fill it with parts washer fluid, and squirt it at the fire. And you have a flamethrower.
As long as you don't.
And then
lose
huck
your-
it in and watch as it explodes.
Yeah. Huh. Are you awake now?
But yeah, I took some half
Wait,
decent
well.
pictures of Tony with the fire.
He looks like he has a spooky mask on.
Yeah, he had like a silver skull mask. That was cool. But yeah, Ghost Trolley was fun. Great time. iPhones make good cameras. Hold up some of the pictures of the camera.
Well, I mean, how many frickin' how many?
Well,
You-
just
you-
phones in
you
general.
can choose.
make
No, I'm saying
good
how many
pictures.
advertisements have I seen? Like, and this was taken on an iPhone.
I've seen just as many for Android.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
And
yeah,
maybe
but
even
they don't.
Windows Phone.
They don't advertise. Now we're on the phone podcast. They don't advertise like how
Can't talk.
good the camera is.
And in all reality, all of the cameras suck.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Yeah.
They're very
I mean-
good for phones.
That's true.
You're a big guy. For you.
You're a big guy in the small pond. You're a big guy in the short bus.
I need to remember how to. I need to write down the title before I forget it. But what else you should have done is, if you really wanted to stop the trolley, since the light was out, you needed to get a bunch of cardboard caribou. That's the first thing. And set them all up on the
Caribou
track, douse them in kerosene.
Barbecue caribbees, man.
Yeah, barbecue.
Oh wait, no, sorry, they're not caribbees anymore. They're caboose.
Caboose.
I'm making that my termination.
We're building, or Danielle is building reindeer this year that hopefully won't get massacred by the wind. So they have really thick antlers, and it's like they look like a cross between a caribou and a moose. And so for a while they were,
Thick.
for a while they were caribees, and then I came up with caboosamoo.
Caboose.
So they're caboosamoos now.
Caribbees. Alright, anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
I'm out of stuff. I haven't done much in Gmod somehow.
Well, have you? Can you you want to talk about the museum goings on at all?
Not really.
All right. So that said, it's time for...
Well,
Alright. This is broken, so that's fine. In one corner, we have the JNR... What are these called?
9750 0660. It doesn't say. It's, I think, I'm LA.
the stupid tender.
I mean, it's sure as hell not a duplex.
It's not a duplex. No, it better not be.
The 0660 from Japan and the 0660 from the depths of the Baltimore and Ohio, otherwise known as Old Mod. And at one point, the largest locomotive in the world. How impressive.
How impressive. Oh, boy.
I'm so impressed.
we're going old school for this one.
We're going
Going back in time.
We gotta go back in time.
Oh dear.
Alright.
Alright.
So,
Let's do this.
yeah, we have the 9750 versus Old Mod. Who should go first?
Jap.
You're defending Old Mod, right?
Yes.
Okay, I guess you've chosen to defer then. Eric?
Alright, concerning the fact that Old Mod was part of a class, how many were of her?
You. One.
Whip.
24.
And you can't even use my argument here.
24 of these.
They made 24. Let's see here. Builder.
Alco Schenectady.
Really?
Why would
Yes.
you play that?
Unless he has Hitachi, he loses.
Alco Schenectady.
Wait, what?
Really? Wait.
What?
That was made by Alco.
What?
Fake news.
Alco. What are you doing?
Alco. Who wins in an Alco versus Alco?
Alright, well, it's Alco.
Excuse me, sir. The intern got really, really drunk at a Halloween party last night and drew this on a bar napkin. Let's build 24 of them and send them to Japan.
Boy. Alright,
Joke is he actually just designed the tender. He's like, guys, I made a locomotive. Okay.
Alright.
Later, he woke up hungover, realized his mistake, and drew the rest of the locomotive. But okay, well, nobody wins, but the ball goes to Old Mod because samesies.
Yay. Alright, what's your loco base ID?
God damn it, you guys!
10,974.
2,794.
God.
Yay.
All right, Old Mod has a point.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna ask that.
Alco's connected.
What's your tractive effort?
Tractive effort. Where are you? 28,645.
28,000?
Yes.
Wow, rookie numbers.
Oh no!
65,654.
Oh, I think
No.
I have the strange feeling how this is going to go.
I can do the work of like 2.5 of you.
Oh no.
Remember how earlier when I said that Old Mod was going to crush it, and you guys were all like, "No."
Nah.
Let's see where this
All
goes.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't want to die. What's your boiler pressure?
Boiler pressure 200.20.
235.
Wow.
Okay. How big are the cylinders, high and low?
High 15.51 by 24.02 for high.
Let's just do
24
high and low separately, because I'm
Okay.
not going to be able to remember that many numbers.
Okay, fair enough.
So what was yours, like 15 by 20 something?
15.51 by 24.02.
Wow, small. 20 by 32.
Jesus Christ!
Small.
Check it out. It's big. You could like fit several of the Japanese thing's pistons inside of the...
Okay. All right. What about your low pressure cylinders?
24.49 by 2402.
32 by 32.
square.
Small.
Oh my god. This engine is just an order of magnitude larger than... Okay, hold on, I have a question. That will
Yes.
help
Okay.
me determine how bad this is really is. When were you guys built?
1912.
1904.
Alright, well, Eric gets a point at least, but that's okay.
Wait a minute. You were built in 1912 and you're worse?
That's why I
It's
was like...
possible.
That's why I was like, wait. Because Old Mod was at one point the largest locomotive in the world. Allegedly. But... Oh, never mind. Alright, Jader, continue.
Okay. Continue the slaughter. World War II should have ended. Oh, wait, it didn't end that way. How big are the drivers?
Driver wheelbase.
No, not wheelbase.
No, not that. Driver diameter.
Oh, driver diameter. Okay. 49 inches.
Okay, 56.
This thing is much smaller than we anticipated.
So it seems so
Yeah.
cute.
We should put we should do 2 or 3 of these versus Old Mod.
Next week on Locomotive Versus.
Yeah.
2 of the Japanese things. One
Next
of
week on
mod.
Locomotive versus Japan Returns with Friends.
Technically, I could run all 4 of these that are on, or 3 of these, excuse me, that are listed on here because they're all built roughly the same.
Oh my god.
No.
Alright, continue. Wait, what was it? What just got asked?
Driver diameter, and Eric was smaller than me.
Okay.
Who wins that?
Larger wins.
Yay. Alright, I'm not gonna ask those. Not gonna ask those. Tender fuel capacity.
Unknown.
Oh.
Unknown.
Tons.
Oh.
Although, if I could make a guess,
Let's not make guesses.
yeah,
Listen.
Okay.
Listen. Looking at that tender, whatever the guess is not going to help you.
yeah, it's not gonna help. So no, I'm not gonna make a guess.
Okay. Do you have water?
No, it doesn't say how much water.
Do you have a
Okay.
tender?
It looks
Are you
stupid.
sure it exists?
He has a tender.
That's actually not a
It
tender.
looks
That's a
stupid.
compartment for, like,
Dead bodies.
well, I was gonna say like a stash of anime.
It's where you keep your hentai.
But it didn't exist back then.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
How do we know this just wasn't a TARDIS? To bring back tentacle porn from the future. It's its entire reason for existing. You know how the
Okay.
intern was drunk? Yeah, he was really drunk.
Yeah.
Also, we're not entirely sure he worked here. Also, he said his name was Rasputin.
Well, no, he wouldn't have been drunk. He would have been fine then.
Moving on.
All right. What's your firebox area?
Oh no.
118.20.
Oh god.
Oh, 219.40.
Jesus Christ.
Goodbye.
You could just see it like standing at the very edge of the cliff and Jada going, goodbye, and just pushing it.
Just kind of tap him, and the weight of his tender drags him down.
The weight of his tender, apparently it doesn't exist. He's gonna float away by the tender.
Okay. Grade area.
21.30.
72.20. Oh my god.
You know, I never realized how big Old Mod was until now.
I mean, it says at the bottom of the picture, largest locomotive in the world.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All
Can we do
right,
Old
evaporative
Mod versus,
heating
like,
surface.
The AA-20.
1414.
5586.
Oh my god.
Wait a minute. Okay, this isn't superheated. Is yours superheated?
Probably not, but it says I do.
Well, wait, if it says
Okay.
if you've got superheated bits, then you are.
Yeah, do you have something for superheated surface? Because I
Yeah, I do.
don't. What?
I mean, it's 1923, you said. That's not outrageous to be
1912.
1912? Oh,
Yes.
well, maybe
Okay.
they upgraded it.
Magic.
Time travel.
All right. Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Wait, by the way, he gets a point for being superheated.
Oh, right. Right.
So, it's my roll
yes.
of the dice. All right. Valgear.
Wall chart.
Nah, damn it.
What
Same.
was
Back
yours?
to me.
Oh, they're both wall shirts?
Yeah.
Alright, back to Jader.
All right.
That was of no consequence.
Evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
What's the cylinder volume?
No, it should be... the stat is called evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume.
Oh, okay. There it is. 269.20.
Wow. 480.08.
Holy crap! That might be the biggest evaporative heating surface divided by cylinder volume I've ever seen.
Huge. All right. I'm not gonna ask weights because I know I'll die.
More.
You'll have to eventually.
No, he doesn't.
No, I don't. That's fake.
No, he doesn't. If we wanted to help you, then we could ask weight questions.
What? Excuse me. What's Robert Ray Messina's power computation?
4264.
Wow. 16,967. I can do the work of like 4 of you.
This whole thing is sad. Remember how I used to talk about the flaming garbage?
Also known as the DT9.
Admittedly, I don't think this is flaming garbage. It's just really small.
You suck.
Okay, same as above
Judgment
plus
and
superheater. Percent weight.
What?
No.
Listen,
No.
Jader, I guarantee you're going to win anyways. I guarantee it.
Score.
Eric, what is it?
Oh.
What are you asking?
Same as above plus superheater percentage.
Uh-oh.
Famous above plus superheater percentage 49.89.
Yeah.
I mean, mine's still 16,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way he would have had to have the locomotive be 70% superheater for that to have turned the tide.
Okay, so whose ball is it? Mine?
Yeah, you
Yes.
you go.
Okay. Same as above, let's substitute firebox area for gray area.
27,686.
51,559.
Jesus. For a minute there, I thought you had a chance, Eric, but
No, you don't. Power L1.
5717.
What? What?
5717.
What?
Fake news.
it's always the power L1 and power MT that like grab it out of nowhere. What is it? What is it?
1,921.
What was that again? 4,921.
Yeah.
And Eric's yours was
5,717.
wonderful. Hey Eric,
Well,
Eric,
yes.
you know what you must do. Go to the weights. Go quickly.
No.
Godspeed.
No.
Wait on drivers.
334,565.
144,094.
Oh my God, it's tiny.
Shut up, small.
It's tiny.
Tender loaded weight.
143,000.
69,049.
Small.
You have tender loaded weight, but you don't know how much the tender carries.
Total weight and tender weight.
477,565.
213,143.
All right, you're
Okay, so
only
you-
8 points behind.
You weigh like half as much as me, but I can
Driver wheelbase.
just 10.
8.83.
Damn it.
Engine wheelbase.
30.67.
26.33.
Damn it.
Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
That's stupid. Don't do that. Wait. Yeah, go ahead.
0.33.
What? 0.34.
Wow.
I'm not sure.
Come on!
I'm not sure which one is better.
Oh.
I feel like I run into this dilemma every time because I forget every time. We don't do the stat enough. But
Skip the stat.
one of the two is better.
Since we don't know, we'll say the point is mute.
Why? Well,
Okay.
would you like to offer any insight on this?
On what?
Engine wheelbase to full wheelbase. Engine wheelbase to full wheelbase. Like, what is better?
Oh, driving wheelbase to full
Yeah.
wheelbase.
Bigger.
You want a higher ratio because
Damn it.
more.
Okay.
Yay!
You're higher by 0.1.
Less over.
Point
It means you get
0.01.
fewer idler wheels.
Well, I mean, they don't
We
have
don't-
any
we
idle
don't-
wheels. They're both 0660s.
Okay, well,
God.
if you're including the tender, then it doesn't really matter. As a matter of fact, if you're talking about
No, it's just
the same wheel, okay, then
it's because it's a Mallet. So it's an engine is just 3 of the wheel sets,
right.
which is why I'm a little bit
But-
stymied. Like, I'm not sure.
But the driving wheelbase relative to the overall wheelbase is 1-to-1 because they have neither a pony or a trailing truck.
Well, yeah, but the overall wheelbase is both of the quote-unquote engines in the Mallet. But,
Right.
Yeah, whatever. It's Eric.
I don't think it's material.
Yeah. Whatever. Eric can have this. He's still 5 points behind.
Overall wheelbase.
64.58.
47.92.
Damn it.
Small.
Minimum weight of rail.
93 pounds.
40.
What?
40. Jesus.
Oh my god.
That's because they
Is that
built
good?
the rail out of rice paper.
Yep. Rice paper, maybe some bamboo sticks. No, bamboo sticks is ties.
No, it's just bamboo sticks.
Well, the only one that hasn't been asked. I really don't want to ask it, but Power MT.
194.56.
Oh, well, I'm glad I asked it. 524.82.
Holy Jesus.
What? What does
It
that
is
mean?
12 to 14.
I brought it back to 2 points?
It's 12 to 14.
Ah! How did I bring this back? See here. Oh man, I gotta convert to. Okay, no, that's in tons. Never mind. See if I can get anything out of this other site. Do you have a length? Out of curiosity.
Length. Wouldn't that just
Length?
be overall wheelbase?
No, I think the total length of the locomotive and tender.
not sure we have that.
Let me.
No. I don't have it.
There you go. Have that. All right. Where's that? Where'd it go? Here it is. That's that. That doesn't help. That doesn't help. I ain't asking that. I have no idea what locomotive operation maintenance weight is.
What?
What?
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's-
I don't know where we are. All right, listen. I think
I'm,
it's,
I'm,
I think it's
I'm
time to
just
call
grabbing-
it.
It's time.
It's time to go to
stop.
style points.
Uh.
Old mod was the first articulated in the U.S., so it gets a point for that.
And also, it was the largest engine in the world.
At that point,
that
yes.
point. No, overall. We never built anything bigger.
No, never.
Anything
The big boys
otherwise
and
is
stuff.
communist propaganda.
The BNO is just a myth. I mean the big boys and crap are just a myth.
They're way out west.
Yeah.
There was
man.
only 4 classes of articulated in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and this was one of them.
Okay. What makes this one special, though?
It was one of them.
If it was the only class of articulated in Japan, sure, but or
Was
the
it-
first
was it the
class of
first?
articulated in Japan.
No,
but-
it was the second.
Nope, you get
But it was
first
only
loser.
built a year. But it was only built a year later.
Well,
It also wasn't built by the Japanese, so
Okay, put it to you this way: all the articulators, none of them were built by the Japanese.
Listen, that's okay in my book because I've seen what happens when people who don't know how to build articulated locomotives build articulated locomotives.
Penzi.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I should have went with the 9800 class because it was built by Baldwin.
Yeah, you would have won that one.
I would have won that one. Or I should have went with the 9850, which was built by Henschel and Son, a German
No, you
company.
would have lost.
You lose.
You lose.
You lose.
All right, well,
For chum.
what else can we get? They both had 2 sand domes, but we don't actually have an idea of how. We don't actually have an idea of how much sand that the little thing can carry because we don't really have a sense of scale in either of these.
I did get another picture of it.
Is it a real picture?
It is a real picture.
Oh, let's see.
There it is.
Oh, it looks nice. It looks kind of dopey, but
But look at the tiny headlight!
Oh my god.
they forgot about it initially, and then they put it on. The pilot is getting me. The pilot is like the size of the pilot from Polar Express. Like you could host.
You can put a whole
You
movie
could host a
studio in
band
there.
on the pilot.
I always want to say that this was not used for, like, pulling so much as pushing.
Great.
It could have been a yard goat.
I highly doubt that.
That would have been a pretty big yard.
I mean,
goat.
you can switch with Malays, right?
You can
Wybolt?
have a pretty big yard goat.
I mean, the NNW used Wise.
Yeah, but
Wise
they're
as,
the NNW.
switchers.
They
Oh,
had
yeah, that's
coal
right. They
trains that
used
could
Wise
be
for.
used. They had coal trains that could be moved by no other means.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Also, the NNW built Malays to be absolutely massive and like, okay, let's throw more power at this. The Japanese built Malays. Why?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Let's see here.
They wanted to be our little brother that does.
Also-
They
everything.
wanted to go up the one hill faster.
Also, I'm confused. Did the Japanese use couplers or buffers?
I'm pretty sure they used knuckle.
I mean, there are
Why
definitely
does-
buffers
Why
on the
does
front
that
of this.
buffers?
Okay, hold on a second, I'm thinking. I'm trying to think about Japanese history. Okay, when they were the JGR, Japanese Governmental Railways, they used Lincoln Pin. Or not Lincoln Pin, but,
Screw link.
thank you. When they were nationalized to the JNR, they switched to, knuckles.
Okay, so this is
Okay, and
pre
their
that.
knuckles in privatization.
Yes.
Okay.
It's still knuckle couplers today.
Okay.
Okay.
Because back when they were the JGR, they built nothing, so they got everything from everywhere else.
You built nothing.
Except for this, which came from America, so I didn't have knuckles. I don't know.
Probably because they just wanted it without knuckles.
I guess.
I mean,
Probably
it's not
because
hard
it-
to install buffers.
Well, no, I know it's not, but it's also probably because all the rolling stock was screw-link.
Yeah, screw Link.
What did Link do to you?
Wait a minute, does this have
Stole
two
the
headlights?
princess.
Look out,
I
you
have two
found a
headlights.
dead Link.
I
It
have
does
two
have two
headlights.
headlights.
For
There's
some strange reason.
There's a second one on the pilot. Well, no, I understand why. I understand
Why?
because
Oh, I see
yeah,
why.
'cause
I
it's
see
gonna
why. I
bend.
see why. Because the forward engine swings around. So I forgot it's an articulated for a second.
it's an
Because Japan-
0660 duplex.
So then that begs the question: what's the point of the headlight on the smoke box?
I mean, it's
I
a
don't
higher
know.
headlight, so theoretically it'd illuminate more.
Maybe at some point they rebuild it to be a chaiway light.
I don't think so. But that would be a style point too.
Yeah.
Japanese, maybe it's a strobe light.
And it is actually confirmed that they are superheated, so that is not a joke.
Do we know if
Okay.
they had a power reverse?
Isn't there one still around?
Oh my god.
Of mine,
Yeah, yours.
Yeah.
a later class is.
Okay.
Oh my god, I want to picture the later class. I don't care that
Okay,
it doesn't
I
count.
got it right.
I got it. I found it earlier.
I got
Uh,
you, yeah. There you
it
go.
was you got it?
It's
Yeah,
Yeah,
a-
that's the one.
Oh, Doesn't really look any different.
It really isn't.
It's missing
Because they
the
were all
headlight.
built the same year.
Oh, it counts. Got a lamp iron.
Yeah.
England.
Does it have a power reverse or no? It's kind of impossible to tell.
Yeah.
Even on that other image I sent, I can't tell.
Ooh, it looks like... Wait, do they both have doors? No, the Beano thing does not have doors.
Damn it.
Does mine have doors? Mine has...
Thing have doors?
door.
It looks like it might be a door.
I think it has the
It
outline
has doors.
one.
It has
Yep,
doors.
mine has doors.
Yeah, on the fireman side. That's weird.
At least.
And
Right
it looks
there on the
and it
engine
looks
piece.
like if I look real closely at the black and white picture, there is a door on the engineer side too.
Yeah.
You automatically
Oh.
lose a point though because vacuum brakes.
Oh.
Oh, who cares?
Having an inferior brake system.
Who cares?
Every single person who's ever struggled with a vac bag ever.
I mean, the
So-
WWF would disagree with you, but
Okay, well they don't count.
they're too small.
Aren't they like trying to actually use vacuum
They
brakes?
do use vacuum brakes,
They're-
actually.
They're like they have some weird hybrid vacuum brake system if I recall what you and TJ said.
Yeah, they have the vacuum brake system. There was an automatic vacuum brake system that was devised, but the guy who came up with it, basically that had all the advantages of a Westinghouse system, but lower pressure, blah blah blah. The disadvantages of being vacuum brakes were still there, but it had the
Some of
advantage. It had the advantages of a Westinghouse system, like it would be automatic if the train, if a hose broke or something, and that the system was devised, but it was never put into practice. A, because Westinghouse came around, and B, because the guy died.
No.
So
no.
they have the original plans, I believe, at the WWF, and they're like, yeah, we're just gonna fit it on all of our trains because as long as we have automatic brakes, then we can be FRA certified. Or, something like
Okay.
that,
Okay.
because if they want to go towards Wiscasset, they have to cross a road.
Oh,
Right now, they
Right.
don't.
What road is it?
It's I don't know, but it's right like behind all of their buildings.
Is it a driveway or a road?
No, it's a road.
By the road.
By the road.
By the road. Because it doesn't. You don't go under FRA jurisdiction if you just cross a private driveway.
Yeah, I know. Well, and that's
But
why
why
it didn't occur to me, like, they didn't talk about it, but it didn't occur to me, like, oh, I wonder why they aren't building that way. They're only building this direction, and they only built up to, they're planning to build up to the highway over here and then stop. And I'm sitting there and wondering, why are they doing that? Oh, it's because all of their brakes are still manual. Except for, in one or two coaches and on one of the engines.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, once they build their miracle prototype, then things will be better for them.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all these pictures of old mod, but I can't say for certain. But are her sand domes smaller
They're stouter.
or stouter?
I don't know if
Additionally, you've got to remember old mod's probably twice the size
yeah,
of the
old mod's
Japanese thing.
huge. That's the thing.
Well, yeah,
But
they just look small.
I think that's. I don't know. I don't think we can draw a solid conclusion for this.
I'd say it's inconclusive.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
All right.
do you have marker lights?
Doesn't look like it.
No, I do not,
Chump.
because I
Loser.
Chump.
Question mark.
You weren't classy
Do
enough
you
to have
have
flashlights.
comfy seats?
Yes.
Also, you have to have a Bissell post on your tender, so therefore you suck.
What the hell is a
what?
Bissell post?
It's like... So the tender, you know how it has three wheels?
Yup.
Yeah.
And two of them are on a truck?
Yup.
Or two axles are on a truck?
Yup.
The one that's not on the truck, it's either fixed to the frame, which I don't think would work, because if you need some kind of lateral to it, or you need it to pivot. And pivoting would be better, and if it pivots, it needs a Bissell post, like a pilot truck.
But here's the thing: can you confirm
Which-
that has a can you confirm it has one?
Either way, the tender sucks.
No, but I can confirm mechanically that it needs either a bissel post or lateral, both of which are horrible to maintain on a tender. Because why?
Also, it's terrible, and it would not work very well, but watch it's fixed. Like, there are railroads that got away with 3-axle tenders. This is a 3-axle tender with a truck somehow wedged in there.
Yeah, but if the truck pivots, then you've tightened the wheel set even more because unless the truck has lateral on its pivot, which I don't believe that you can do that. And I don't mean like standard lateral because all axles on any piece of road equipment has some lateral. I mean like a lot of lateral.
Yeah.
If it's fixed, it's one thing because it's like a locomotive wheelbase. But if it's a fixed pivot and it pivots, sure the wheel set on the outside of the curve has been kicked out of alignment further than it would be if it was a rigid wheelbase.
Yeah. No, I
either
follow.
the truck, either they're both fixed or they both have to pivot.
Mm-hmm.
This is translated from a Japanese site, so I don't know how the accuracy of the translation, but this is for 9750 class. The valve chamber of the high-pressure cylinder is of the piston valve type, but the low-pressure cylinder is of the sliding valve type. Does that mean anything?
No, it's actually the same thing for old mod.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, it would mean something, but for whatever reason, you guys both did.
It does. I mean, it does mean something.
Yes.
It means
I get that means something, but I just didn't know what it meant.
No, the
Yeah.
words are nonsense. It's just, it's gibberish.
This is nonsense to me. Yeah, it does mean something, but that's how all true Malays are.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, I think that's as far as we can go. It's 1419, and we're gonna need
I'm
a
up
bigger
ahead.
Malay. Mini
China.
Malay.
Oh wait, no.
So
So, locomotive orders.
the mini Malay loses.
Mini Malay loses badly. I need to put this on the cargo stock
The
real
mini-
quick, though. So, Vamp.
The mini Malay was mauled by the mod Malay. And next week we'll face the mighty mogul Malay.
Oh no, what the oh, God. Oh my god, can we do old mod versus you into 51? Please?
Probably not, but again, I kind of want to fight it with the mightier mogul, the DNS L2660s.
Oh god.
Oh, jeez.
Oh god, those things.
The mightier mogul. The mightier mogul will maul old mod after mauling the mini Malay. Honor a brew.
Hey, considering the fact that I didn't even know Japan had articulated.
Oh my god, yeah, welcome to the world of badly designed articulated engines.
Yeah.
The Pennsylvania
Probably a
Rail-
reason you
The
didn't
Pennsylvania
know.
Railroad says hello.
And there are people that will sit there and argue, the Pennsy did everything right. They're great at everything. The articulateds were great.
You know what they were great at?
Totally.
You know what they were great at? They were great at buying articulateds from the N&W.
Yeah.
That's true.
And even then, they only did it once.
They only did it once, but because, like, they didn't use articulateds.
No, there was no reason to.
I
When
mean-
you have curves that are broad enough that you can send a 4, or what is it?
4-4-4-4, or a 4, sorry, a
A
6... Which one?
A
Which
4-6-4-4 through with a rigid frame? Like, come on.
Ah. Q2 power.
Standards.
Wait, why am I writing in blue?
Good question.
Blue.
Yeah.
Winner!
You win, and now you suck.
Old mod by the
Um,
points?
I'll be back.
Sure. 14 to 19. Alright, it's time to cast some votes.
Old
Personally,
mod.
I'm gonna vote for the Japanese thing. I think the pilot gets me.
It's
No.
definitely different.
I love it. It's terrible, but I love it so.
I have to vote for old mod. I mean, it's old mod.
I had gold mod.
So Ellis was the pity vote.
I mean, more like the pilot vote.
Old mod is best mod.
Pity pilot.
Jeez.
And on that bombshell, it's time for some
Yeah.
news.
The news. What the hell am I witnessing on the Gary's Mod server?
I don't know, what are you
I'm watching
witnessing?
Rail. I'm watching Jake Rail, and he's got. Is that? That doesn't look like a. Is that a K4 or no? It's something Pennsylvania, and it has Transylvania on the tender, and it's covered in ghosts and pumpkins.
Oh,
of course.
no, I
yeah,
know
it's
what
a
this
K4.
is. It's the Halloween K4.
Yeah, it's a K4. I couldn't see the wheel
Spooky.
arrangement.
Spook.
Transylvania. That's amazing.
Sounds like a neighborhood in San Francisco.
Spooky,
Yeah.
scary skeletons.
What, Transylvania?
Yeah.
As opposed to
The country?
a country?
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yes.
Duh.
You okay?
Okay, it's time to move on to the
Okay.
news. Let's what have we got here?
Nobody jumped
Well.
out at once.
Yeah, no, don't everyone go at once now.
CNO's 2700's cosmetic restoration's nearing completion.
Hey,
Nice.
2700, you said?
Yep, the one in Denison. It's
Gotcha.
been a rust bucket for however many years.
Nice.
Yep. The the grand unveiling for the party is November 3rd.
sweet.
Alright.
I've been
That's
down
the
there
day after
once.
November 2nd.
TJ.
TJ, what day is it?
It's November 2nd, which is November 2nd.
Gets flashbacks.
Let me see this.
I'm
Is this
not-
November 2nd?
How did that even start?
Because he said there's something on November 2nd, which is on November 2nd.
Oh, yeah.
Or, he goes, on November 2nd, blah, 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 which is on
November
November
2nd.
2nd. But on November 18th, oh, you know what? I think I talked about this. The same article got posted again. I thought it was slightly different, but we're getting new cars for the MBTA, new Orange Line cars,
Nice.
and they're being shipped on November 18th. Shut up. Okay. Thank you, CBS. Stop it with the autoplay video. So it's buying 404 cars not found from the CRRC, 152 for the Orange Line and 252 for the Red Line, and some of the cars they're replacing are from the 70s. The CRRC, what is that? What is the full name? Changchun Railway Vehicles Company. That acronym does not line up, but
Wait, Chang Railway Vehicles.
Changchun Railway Vehicles Company. It should be
CC.
It should be CRVC, but it's
It sounds
CRRC.
Chinese.
Hey,
It is
CRV. CRVs,
Oh,
yeah.
It's
I love CRVs.
it's being shipped from to Boston direct from Shanghai. So we'll be getting those new cars soon. They look cool. They look very nice. So I'm eager to sort of see them in service. Moreover, the current cars in the MBTA service are a little bit ratty. What else? Oh, you know what? Something else that's gone across the ocean. So does anybody here know who the Repton is? Or,
The
what?
Repton. Yes.
Yes, yes, I am very familiar with the
They're
Repton
British.
and her volcanic slip she had one day.
The Repton has just finished its restoration and has been blessed.
Oh, God.
Why does
Not
this always
again.
happen when
Typically
you
a
come around, Eric?
Japanese thing.
What?
Isn't that typically a Japanese thing, not
Apparently.
an
Yes.
English thing?
Apparently
That's why I
the English
said
are
not
doing
again.
it too. It entered service in 1934, was withdrawn in 1962, and then our very own F. Nelson Blount bought it and died, and then it was at
Oops.
Steamtown for a while, and then it got sent
Aw.
back to England, and now it's restored again.
Okay.
Yay.
With the North Yorkshire Moors Railway at Pickering. So, there you go. Somebody's running a very, very spooky Hudson by the looks as well. It's a ghost Hudson.
They're getting spooky with it.
Get spooky with it.
Yeah.
Where's the spooky?
It's if you watch Rails stream.
Oh.
I think Chris said they're gonna race them.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Anyways,
Spooked versus spooky.
what else is going on? What else is any other finishes for any other restoration finishes?
There's some Scott whale things going on.
Scott
They're buying
whale.
new electrics.
Yeah, they've got electrics.
Well, actually,
I didn't know Scotland was that advanced.
yeah, they're making their first short trip with their new electrics. Sweet.
Oh, they're like powered by, I don't know, what's something Scotland's famous for?
Bagpipes.
Powered by like, yeah, is there just a
the
guy
whistle
standing
is
in the-
Yes.
bagpipes. Uh-oh. Look at, go
Oh my God.
down in the article and go underneath, like, the second picture, the third paragraph out of the second picture. Or, sorry, no. Fifth paragraph out of the second picture. Andy Radford, who is the...
Oh no.
He's the Hitachi Rail Europe Program Manager.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
They were built by Hitachi.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Uh,
It's waiting for its interior to be fitted. Hey baby, I'll
What?
fit your interior.
Mm. Kinky.
And apparently Scott Whale is doing good in performance.
I've never heard of ScotRail before today.
Actually, never mind.
heard of
The
it.
performance is actually being hit by Yeebs Online.
Oh, here we go
I
again
guess
with the
because
frickin'
it's
leaves.
Fall.
Fucking leaves.
Yeah.
Specialist
That's
treatment
why
trains.
Penn Central went bankrupt. There was too many Yeebs on the track.
Guys, they're
And
using
trains can't
real
go
life.
anywhere.
They're using real life bullfrog snot. They're
Yep.
literally putting sticky stuff on the rails.
Yeah, to avoid them. Yeah.
Holy crap.
They're trying to fight off the fall before the winter. They're tree fighting.
Tree fighting. Effing leafers.
Yeah.
That would,
I hate Yeebs.
that would have been a great segue to like the fall
Yeah.
foliage trains that we talked about in droves last episode.
One of them derailed.
Oh,
Yes, the Great Pumpkin Train has derailed.
Charlie Brown!
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh, what a shame. No one was hurt.
Well, that's good.
Nobody
is
was
good.
But fortunately, no one was hurt.
Yeah.
Bullcrap.
Also, I
Someone
like
was
how
hurt.
there on the article, on the bottom of the article, there was a click to read more button, and there isn't any more. There's a
Good to
total,
read more.
there's a total of 7 sentences in the article. About 200 people
Come
were
on, dude.
stranded when an
Take a
excursion train
college
came off the
writing
tracks
class.
in New Jersey. Yeah, this looks about like the kind of train that we'd see in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Honestly, it just looks sad. Like, where was this? It looks sad. Those coaches are terrible.
Phillipsburg. Don't know of any railroads there.
I mean, it wasn't the Black River. That's the only New Jersey railroad I know. Aside
That's
from
not my railroads.
New Jersey Train Set, as they call it. New
Yeah.
Jersey Transit. Pumpkin trains. Yeah, no, it wasn't them. Anyways, speaking of which, actually, I don't have any of that kind of news anymore. Other than hey, Steamtown's going to be closed Christmas and New Year's, which I don't think surprises anybody.
No.
I have a oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
P&W has removed their locomotive from their locomotive roster.
Oh no.
They got rid of one of their cheapy nines, unfortunately. Number 1803.
Oh, rip.
It's going to a new home up in Washington,
Well-
so it's still going to be working.
Okay,
but-
and will they repaint it out of that awful, awful scheme?
I don't know. Maybe they put this thing called the Chaiway light back on. That'd be nice too.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird without the second set of lights.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh no, the Transylvania engine was winning, but the tender came off the track.
Oh no!
Oh,
Speaking of things coming off the track,
Oh.
Leibold,
Uh-oh.
you posted a thing about Tiny Town.
Oh yeah, I just posted the picture because Ellis went, "Oh no!"
Well,
Oh, I thought that
there
was
was
news.
another train tragedy in your locale.
There was another train tragedy in. Well, actually, no, it was not in my locale.
Oh no, I thought you grabbed it because it was. I have no idea where Kirby Farm is.
I have no idea either. It is
Anything
in.
crocodile butt. Nowhere.
So yeah, not my locale.
Oh, I know where it is.
Where?
It's in Florida.
Yeah,
no.
of course it is.
Yeah, that's why I said crocodile
Well,
butt. Nowhere.
In all seriousness, though, this is pretty sad news out of Kirby Farm. And anybody who's affiliated with Kirby Farm or really has ever even heard of it will probably already know this. A 24-year-old man died while trying to get onto a moving train at the Kirby family farm in Willingston.
Aw.
Oh
The
God.
man who died, Anthony Osborne Day, was volunteering at the nonprofit farm. According to the Florida Highway Patrol officers, he fell between the cars on Tuesday evening. It was struck
Ooh.
by one of the cars and
Ooh.
died.
Oh man.
Yeah, don't get
Yeah.
on moving trains.
Don't. Well, if you're going to get on, get
If you're very careful about it, you can do it.
yes, and there's proper footing to get on. If you're getting on at the end of the train, get on at the tail end of the
Guy
very
Santa
last
Fe
car.
has the whole video on this.
Yeah, if you must get on between cars, get on the rearmost platform so that if you fall beside the car. You don't fall in between the two of them,
Yeah.
or you fall into the car. You don't. Regardless, it's still very, very sad whenever something like this happens.
Yeah.
I saw this article and immediately had remembrance back to the Royal Gorge accident a couple years ago.
Mhm.
Just they're hazards of the occupation. They happen every now and again. It's unfortunate when it happens, but as long
It's
as
a grim reminder. What?
right,
Yeah.
very much so. As long as everybody remembers to stay safe, then
Yeah. What? As we always say around the museum, we're all here to have fun, not get hurt.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, speaking of Florida, so they
Oh, no.
had this happen, and then, their brand new startup. So everyone here is familiar with Brightline, right?
Yeah.
The new
Yeah.
Florida,
Oh, yeah.
Florida startup that's going to provide high-speed service within that strange little state of ours.
right.
And
It's always very wet and stuff.
well, before they've even begun, they have derailed a train in the rail repair yard in West Palm Beach at a speed of a whopping 4 miles an hour, and for every
God.
mile
Oops.
an hour, they caused $100,000 in damage. So
Are you
What?
serious?
How?
$408,000 in equipment damage, according
What
to
did
the
they
accident
do?
report, which was filed with the FRA.
How bad
That's-
was it?
That's a
What
big
did it
piss
hit?
test.
Because I'm taking a car off the or I've seen people take cars off track at 4 miles per hour and do less damage than that.
All
So
of our
typically you go on the ground at 4 miles an hour. You go ka-dunk, 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 ka-dunk for a minute, and then you have to check the wedges and you put it back on the track.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it happened as it was going over a switch. We don't seem to have pictures of this, but I'll assume multi-track drifting, and therefore
Oops.
chaos.
Oops. Those things Talgo too, right?
They tilt, I think. Yeah.
Oops.
The derailed. Oh, even worse. It was a locomotive.
Oops.
That's how it cost that much.
Yeah. You
That
probably
makes more sense.
screwed the entirety of the running gear.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oops.
Also, that was literally the only Brightline train there.
Oh.
It's their first train set.
Oh
God.
no.
According
Yeah.
to the report, the layout of the rail lines inside the repair facility was, quote, not ideal because of a, quote, very sharp curve. The track where the
Yeah.
accident occurred has since been realigned.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Is that why they went on the ground? The curvature was too
I
tight?
suppose so. It must have just been a bad switch, that the curve was too tight on that switch. Also,
Yipes.
somehow the spook, the Transylvania Railroad engine has caught up to the Ghost Hudson. It is taking the lead quite significantly. Holy crap. Rail knows how to push his trains. Jesus Christ. Doesn't
Yeah.
He does have the record on that map, doesn't he?
Pretty sure.
Anyways. Yeah,
I
so
can beat it.
Bright Line is started off great. Just wonderful. Good job, Florida. They're the Florida man of railroads, and I hope we hear more from them.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
Anyways, when I pause, that's a moment for you guys to pick up the torch if you really want to. But
Oh, is
let
it
me-
now?
Yes, it is. It's it's, if you want to do a speaking of, or whatever. But
I had
What?
no segue into that.
What? I have something
had
that actually does belong in Wyville's Neck of the Woods. Slightly.
Oh, dear. Do you?
Slightly.
What? Oh, God.
It actually happened in Nebraska, but it was on your train,
This
Wyville.
is...
So you know how nobody...
After it is on this... After the choir boys and queers take it, not our problem.
well, you know how nobody robs trains anymore?
Yep.
So, Amtrak...
Did this guy literally try to stick up a train?
Amtrak staff detained a man by the name of Taylor M. Wilson, 25 years old, of St. Charles, Missouri, and turned him over to the Furnace County Sheriff's Department. They found a loaded Smith & Wesson .38 caliber revolver in Wilson's waistband and a speed loader for the weapon in his pocket, 2 bags containing 3 more speed loaders, a box of ammunition, a knife, tin snips, scissors, and a ventilation mask. He was traveling from Sacramento to St. Louis, and somehow got into the second locomotive, which is
What?
and stopped the train using the emergency brake.
How did he need to get into... Why did he need to get into the second engine to stop it?
Well, because he was in, the second engine being the engine that the engineers aren't in, so the one that's up
Right.
against the car, up against the coaches.
Right,
So, 'cause he
but
was-
the coaches have emergency brakes. Or they should.
They should.
They do.
I guess. I don't. That's a good question. That is a really good question.
Why did he have to break into the second engine? And additionally, okay, so you stopped the train. What the hell did that accomplish?
Listen, this is a guy who
Yep.
tried to rob an Amtrak train or do whatever
Yeah.
the hell he was doing. We're gonna
Which
assume
brings
he's
us to
not
the
bright.
biggest problem of all. What the hell were you hoping to accomplish? It's not like you're sticking up Wells Fargo or, robbing, a shipment of gold in the RPO or so. You're robbing an Amtrak train. This is a train that literally only retired couples and distraught middle-aged men take.
and the Amish.
Or
Hey.
bummers.
And foamers. But foamers don't have any money. We've established this.
And me.
You fall
Okay.
in the category of foamers.
I'm not
Yeah.
a homer.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you do.
You're
You're
all
on this
foamers.
podcast.
Well, yes, but I don't go out chasing trains at all.
Neither do I. I
We're
count as a
still
foamer,
foamers.
though.
Like, we're foamers? How about this?
No,
We're
it's we're
foamers,
foamers, period.
but- I was going to say we're foamers, but not like
We're just foamers.
stereotypical foamers.
Well, yeah, because the stereotypical foamers are the ones that had to do with the Thomas thing. Anybody want to talk about
Well, yes,
Oh,
I shall get to that.
If someone wants to take
Oh,
it
in the
from me,
stereotypical
I'm
foamer.
about to-
Oh!
I'm
Free
about to-
men-
Regretted this
that? Shut up, Eric.
Three men reported to prosecutors for allegedly entering tracks to photograph Thomas.
Wait, we boarded the
What's
box
wrong with you
team?
people?
And here's the best part. The 3 train enthusiasts, a 62-year-old from Tokyo,
Jesus.
from the Tokyo suburban city of Nishi, Tokyo, an 89-year-old from,
89.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce that, and a 55-year-old from Shimada.
Goodness
What is
gracious.
you thinking?
These aren't like scrubs. These are like
No,
old dudes.
just... What?
Oh my god.
I mean, I can understand if they were young people like our age, but young people should know better.
Oh my god. Maybe they never got the chance to, maybe they never got the chance to law-breaking mistakes when they were young, so they're doing it now. But if
Yep.
oh my god,
That's
apparently,
right, kids. You heard it here first. Break the law, or you'll forever regret it.
yeah, break the law or
Go
become
stick up the Zephyr.
yeah. You'll either become a disgruntled old dude sneaking out of railroad tracks to take pictures of fake Thomas, or
Thomas-san!
or you'll stick up the California Zephyr.
All right.
You're crazy. Nobody robs trains anymore. God, I just
All right.
can't.
Guys, I'm about to like
All right,
drift off.
go pass
So someone
out.
wants to, yeah, Caboose Moose.
Caboose Moose.
Caboose Moose, what about him?
They're my last word.
Oh. Well, technically, your last word was word.
Caboose Moose.
Anyways,
Well,
yeah. So we found 4 of the dumbest criminals in existence today.
4 of them. Oh, 3. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we could find more. Here we go. Let's look at this one.
I was gonna say we can go for more than that.
We can go for more than that easily. In fact, we can start in Canada. So,
Oh, dear.
The Federal Government Service of Canada has issued.
The federal government service. That sounds like something out of The Simpsons. It's like,
Sorry.
what does it do? Governmental things.
I'm sorry, I misworded. The federal government has served notice to Omnitrax, which is the owner of the Churchill line in Canada, which is we've talked about it before. It's the one that got washed out badly. It said, basically, you need to restore rail service to Churchill within 30 days, or you're going to get slapped with an $18.8 million lawsuit for breach of contract.
Oh,
So,
oh boy, get those get working.
Yeah, this is the one that they've already gone back and forth on. First, so the line got washed out. This is literally the only connection to these towns. There is no road. They have an airstrip, but I believe it's either seasonal or just like sad and short. And of course, it's expensive to bring in food by airplane.
or all of the above.
Yeah. And a spring flood washed out the track. So A, this has been going on a while. B, they've already gone back and forth on before. The town initially, like the town of Churchill specifically, well, first I believe there was a lawsuit involving Via Rail. Was saying, hey, you have to fix this, and they said nah.
Yeah.
And then the town of Churchill was like, you're going to fix this, and they took it to court, and it went nowhere. And now the federal government of Canada is going, ham.
You need to fix this.
And so it's saying there's going to be Transport Canada will instruct Justice Canada to file a lawsuit for breach of contract if the repair is not completed in 30 days. It is clear from the extensive engineering reports that the repair work will take at least 60 days.
Oops.
So enjoy your fine, Omnitrax.
Good job.
Am I the only one who would watch Justice Canada on cable?
Justice Canada sounds sorry.
Sorry there.
Sorry, but
But it's time for justice to be served.
you're gonna get a fine, eh?
Gonna get a fine, eh? Pay lots of money.
Bring out the dancing. Bring out the dancing Kabusamus.
I was gonna say, sick the Kabusamus on him, eh? Release the Kabusamus.
Oh, by the way, so here's what it's doing. A, they're not sure how the town is going to access diesel and gasoline for the foreseeable future. It's gonna probably run out by February while the port is frozen. Comair offered
great.
its jet fuel tanks to Omnitrax to hold incoming gas, and there's a supply boat scheduled to arrive on October 19th, which at this point I hope it arrived.
Yeah.
But, which is right before the freeze-up. After that, they just can't bring ships in. Churchill is a fairly significant port in the north of Canada, but of course, you can't use it for a good portion of the year because it's ice.
Not even a cutter can get through there?
No, well, I mean, probably. That's a good point. You might be able to get a icebreaker through. But this is the kind of ice that, like, you'd put the ice road truckers on, so I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, fair point.
Yeah.
And, quote, everyone's super pissed.
Did it actually say that in the article?
That's putting it a bit lightly, I suppose.
Literally, that's the last line of the article.
Yeah, Troy,
Right.
everyone's pissed.
Oh my god.
Uh,
And it's, yeah, so there's a lot going on here. The article's quite a lot more detailed than that. But I'm glad it's still going somewhere, because last time I checked, the outlook was pretty bleak. Because Omnitrax was just like, nah, we're not fixing that.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
So, in lighter news, the Hogwarts Express has rescued a family.
They saved
Okay,
a bunch of
I've had
muggles.
I've had a question on this one.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Was it the Hogwarts Express, or was it the Jacobite?
It was the...
It was the Jacobite.
It was the Jacobite.
Okay. So it wasn't the Olton Hall. It was
wasn't the
just
Olton
a
Hall.
steam locomotive pulling a rake of coaches on the line that the Hogwarts Express thing was filmed on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It would be even better if it was the Hogwarts
Oh, yeah.
Castle or the Olton Hall. But,
Yeah.
Olton Hall. So it was not Olton Hall. It was just the Jacobite.
mhm.
Yeah,
But
just the Jacobite.
the headline is better as Hogwarts Express.
It
Yeah.
should have been Hogwarts Express saves Muggles.
Yeah.
But this family, their canoe got washed away,
Suckers.
and they faced a long trek across the boggy land to their car. So they called the police, and they're like, "Yeah, the Hogwarts Express is on its way. You can pick up the train."
The Scottish police sent the Hogwarts Express to save them.
Express.
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 Dispatch at Hogwarts
We know how
Express.
the English
We're
do.
going to save this people.
Eat.
What is the Scottish? I think I just figured out my termination.
Oh no. Okay.
This is-
Speaking of, where was this? This is a BBC article. So was it? Nope. This was Germany. So remember how last time we had the Australian dude that was clinging on the back of the train?
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah, I wasn't here, so maybe
oh
no.
my god.
Oh dear.
So, this dude checked his luggage to get onto an ICE in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
and for whatever reason, didn't quite make the train.
Oops.
However, he saw it trying to depart, and instead leapt onto the side of it and hung in the plastic bellows between two of the cars.
Oh. He hung on
No.
the diaphragm.
He hung on the diaphragm for 25 kilometers, something like that.
Oh God.
Oh my god. Yeah. What? So he was believed to be. So he got off at that station and then got onto the actual train and continued his journey like normal. And he's going to be. Or later he was questioned by the police. I'm not sure if there are going to be any charges brought against him. But the train was going 100 miles an hour.
Jeez.
You think the train went by and you just hear, man, ka-dung, 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 ka-dung. You just get a lot of cursing with Doppler on it.
Oh my god. My luggage!
My cabbages!
My
Cabbages.
cabbage.
My hump yard! This isn't mine.
My historic railroad bridge.
I need to go see a hump yard. Or I need to go check on Selkirk. Because-
Speaking of which, I actually did see a hump yard going to Chicago.
Oh, which one?
I don't know.
Okay, good job.
So, I have a story about hump yards, actually.
Oh.
So one of my buddies, who will remain nameless for the sake of this, because it deals with stuff that he may or may not be allowed to talk to me
He's a
about.
botanist.
Yeah, he's a botanist too in this case. He was at job training for a railroad that may or may not be orange and have 4 letters for the name of it. That totally isn't BNSF. And he was in a watchtower or I don't know if you still call it an interlocking tower, what you call it for a hump yard.
Interlocking.
Yeah,
Is it just an interlocking tower still?
yard tower, whatever. It's a tower.
Up there, and it's like, and here you'll see our beautiful hump yard. And, you know, they're looking down on the yard, and they see a conductor running frantically after a string, you know, 2 tank cars coupled together because the switch had been misthrown or something.
Oh, no.
They see the conductor running after, jump on, try to get over to the handbrake, but it's on the other side of the car, so it takes him a minute to get to it. Finally gets to it, starts throwing it on best he can, and then jumps at the last second before it slams into another cut of tank cars that was like kind of following chips headed towards, and they all come off their trucks and crash onto the ground.
Unstoppable IRL.
And they just see the conductor over in the corner, kind of, he puts his hands on his hips and looks at it, and just sighs and walks away.
Well,
like, yep.
He goes, well, I tried.
Yep, well, I'm fired.
That's when you just go to your locker, get your stuff, and leave.
You just walk away. No. That's when you go. That's when you get called into management.
And then you quit.
And then quit. Yeah, and then they have to go.
You can't fire me. I quit.
You can't fire me. I quit. That's a subtle little dig, but.
Oh my god. So, anyways, this is the hump yard situation. Jacksonville, Florida. CSX Transportation. This is not in Jacksonville, Florida. We're talking about a yard in Willard, Ohio. But the start of the article says Jacksonville, Florida. CSX
They're talking about their
Dateline,
headquarters.
Jacksonville, Florida. Yeah. Florida man seen in hump yard derailing tank cars.
Florida man shuts down Willard Hump Yard in Ohio. The last terminal will be converted to flat switching under CEO. And his precision scheduled railroading operating plan. It was the 4th busiest hump yard on the railroad, which processed an average of 1,411 cars per day, according to the 2016 annual report. Last week, the former B&O hump classified fewer than half that number, and the hump was closed officially on October 19th. So this means there are only 4 active humps left in CSX: Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Selkirk, and Waycross. And likely they are to remain the way they are. Because, especially with Selkirk, they already idled it once and then said, no, we're going to switch it back. And they're running hump trains again. However, the change there is, instead of having basically idle tracks leading up to the hump, where, you know, you pull in the train, it sits for a little while, then you send it over the hump, they're literally sending trains over the hump immediately. So, there's no, that's a precision scheduled railroading thing, I guess.
I suppose.
But hump yards are expensive to operate and maintain and can be justified only when they handle sufficient volume, Harrison has said. So, yeah, whatever.
I mean, I only see 2 problems with that sentence. So, precision and scheduled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the problem is they don't jive with the 3rd word.
Yeah. I mean, the 2 words are fine, but yeah, you're right. They don't jive with the 3rd one. It's okay. I speak jive.
Yeah. And actually, we have a thing that's related to this, which was the precursor, which is CSX might close Willard Hump. Oh, hey, they did that. But CSX Transportation's earnings improved in the 3rd quarter, despite the impact of operational changes and a hurricane strike. So, it's working, I guess. The railroad's net profit was up 4%, and earnings per share was up 6%, matching the 51-cent expectations of the Wall Street analysis. The operating ratio fell to 68.1%, down from 69% a year ago. The company's results for the 3rd quarter reflect the resiliency of precision scheduled railroading, even during times of transition, CEO Ian Harrison said in a statement. With that transition largely behind us, we are now intensely focused on driving superior service for our customers and lasting value for our shareholders. So, we'll see. We'll see. If they can move back into a position where they're doing well for their shippers, then things will go a lot better for them. Because they have, I can't deny that they've improved overall. But they have been royally pissing their shippers off in the meantime. So now that if they're past the transition period, then they're past the transition period, and maybe we'll see some goodness out of this, and maybe people will start to choose CSX again, which I would be surprised. Because typically when you do this and taint your reputation, that lasts for a little while.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of mixed feelings around the comparison. At least Selkirk is still humping. I need to go back and visit.
Yeah.
They took down the bridge over
Sure.
Selkirk Yard. I'm kind of annoyed. Which I haven't been back there in a couple of years, but I'm glad I got to go on it when I could. It was a bridge where you could clear. It ran over the middle of the yard. It was a road bridge. They had shut it to car traffic, but you could walk on it. And I used to walk out there and watch trains go over the hump because they'd go right under you. And
Oh, nice.
apparently it's gone. It's gone, and the approach road is gone, and the approach embankment is leveled.
Oh,
Oh,
So, no foaming allowed.
no foaming now.
But they don't mind if I park my car in the middle of their Y.
Okay,
because
Yeah.
why not?
of course.
Was that a pun?
Yes, it was.
Give him a point. Guys,
What?
we have another Amtrak thing.
Oh, naughty.
We have
Amtrak.
a Polar Express crime.
We have a fifth stupid criminal.
Former
And I
Amtrak...
can't read it because...
Yeah, no, I got it. Former Amtrak employee may get coal in his stocking this year in addition to jail time. After he
Goddamn.
pleaded guilty to lying to Amtrak officials about Polar Express work awarded to his wife's photography business. Huh? So,
Huh?
he,
A, I have no idea why that's illegal, and B, I have no idea what happened.
yeah, I think it goes in the other order. I don't know what happened, I don't know why it was illegal.
Yeah.
But, so, oh god. Sheets steered the business to his wife's company without putting it out to bid. Oh. Well, they're good.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
There was some inner dealings going on. There was some, what would you call it? I don't actually
Conflict of interest? No,
yeah,
that's not
yeah,
conflict
well,
of interest.
it would be conflict of interest, I suppose. But
I suppose in a way.
it would be. Yeah, I would say conflict of interest because
I don't know.
you're
It happens at the museum all the time, but
nepotism as well.
that too.
But yeah, a representative of Rail Events Productions, which has produced Polar Express in 2016 in Chicago and is slated to do again this year, said the company has no comment. When Amtrak investigators asked Sheets about this arrangement, he was able to produce falsified documents attempting to show that she had been hired through a contractor responsible for putting on the event. So literally, he created fake documents to show that Rail Events Productions hired her to do the event.
Oh, really?
You fool.
You don't screw with rail events. You screw with rail events, you've screwed with the Harpers, and then like the eyes of everyone are upon you.
I mean, not only that, he screwed with the Harpers. He screwed with, he screwed with the Harpers, and he screwed with the FRA, and he screwed with Amtrak. He's
Amtrak.
screwed with the federal
So you've
government.
screwed with so you've screwed with the federal government twice, and possibly the most powerful, tourist railroad entity.
And as well, what would be the other one?
US.
Because, whatever the bureau is that oversees the contract.
Yeah, because
Stuff.
then you submitted.
Yeah.
So you screwed with the government 3 times over, and
Good
the
job.
Oh my god.
Congrats.
So, congratulations, you got your wife like $30,000 of business, and you're going to jail.
With a $30,000 fine.
Yeah. Okay. What else is going on?
So can we talk about UP's new unit?
Oh, we can talk about it.
All right. So Union Pacific decided that they were going to honor the U.S. Armed Forces.
Good.
The unit that they painted,
Bad.
bad. Plus I actually just looked this up before talking about this. The battleship gray they put on there is the wrong color. It's too dark.
Okay, but also the green and the camo doesn't look right either.
No, it
Yeah.
It
doesn't.
looks neon.
Yeah, I think the shade of gray is the least of their
Yeah,
concerns. There's only 50 of them, so they can only be
Yeah,
subhappy.
they 2% chance to get it right. Who would expect them to get it right just at random?
Yeah, but still, it just looks like a mess, to be honest.
You look
And
like
that's it.
Mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
So
Yes.
I'm going to show the
and
picture.
stakes were raised.
The front 2/3 of the locomotive, I think, are wonderful. The rear third is a disaster area and should not be considered.
It is. If they would do the rear third like the first third, I think it would look really, really cool.
Yes.
There are other things
I would
to
actually-
do for supporting the army other than slapping camo on a locomotive.
I was going to say, camo does not equal army.
Didn't they try that before?
And also, the fact that it's like, oh, let's just throw some camo on it. It gives a real like tactical vibe. Like, look at us, we're military.
Yeah, they did try that before. They painted 3593 all camo, although it was Desert Storm.
I was going to say, and that was cool because it was all camo. It wasn't camo and red and white and blue and gray and black and blah, blah, blah.
and an American flag and a blue banner and
Right.
like
It wasn't stupid looking.
there are about 20 different things going on with this locomotive.
All of them, well, some of them wrong.
Some of them, like, mistakes were made.
Mistakes were
made.
Mistakes were
Mistakes
just made.
have been made, and mistakes have been raised.
Mistakes.
Anyway,
Ay.
is there anything else?
I mean, Milky has a bunch
Well,
of
you know
stuff
what-
that he hasn't talked about.
Oh, well then go.
But you know what? Where the stakes haven't exactly been raised
Where?
with
Where?
SP 9010.
Are you sure? Because it seems to me like the stakes have been very raised with 9010.
It's a chaos!
It moves.
Yeah, it
It
moves
breathes,
under
it
its own
moves,
power.
it runs. It does. It's an engine now.
It sounds very sick.
Well, they still have work to finish up on it. Of course, it's going to sound sick
Blah,
still.
blah, 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 blah.
It sounds very displeased.
But it's
I
alive.
think isn't it only running one of its two engines?
I think.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
The cooling system is still back in the car shop along with two hood sections, and
Well, that's
then
another
we realize,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
the cooling system on a diesel hydraulic, muy importante.
Mhm.
Muy importante.
Very. Which is probably why they only run it for like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I would not.
Yeah, they
not
they
sure
didn't
great
run it
running
for all
without
too long, but
cooling.
they still ran it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
they
it
wanted
turns.
to show
It runs.
it runs. And
It
that's
runs.
and that's huge.
It pulls.
It pulls, it moves.
It does train things.
It locomotives.
It locomotes.
Yeah.
It groove. It shuve. But most importantly, it move.
You protect.
But you know what? But you know what else is being moved? The railroad bridge that's being demolished.
That doesn't
No.
count as being moved.
No, it doesn't. They're just making it go boom, and it no longer exists.
Going from existing to
Well,
not
all that
existing.
scrap metal has to go somewhere besides the river.
Okay, but it's not a bridge anymore.
It's just gone.
The metal was the bridge.
That's saying. Bridge bits are being moved. That's accurate.
This is like you arguing your 1 out of 1 is complete survivability.
I mean, it
It
is
is.
complete survivability.
It is complete survivability.
Technically correct.
Technically correct, but still.
Milky, there are other good things to talk about moving.
Yeah, number 2.
Yeah.
I got moved to the Oregon
There you
Coast.
go.
Good.
Good, great, outstanding, amazing.
The engine's so
Okay.
oiled is yeah, good job. Okay.
Okay.
Makes us good.
Great.
They
Yeah.
got unloaded
Where-
and should
where's
have
its
it running
tender?
next
Hey, I
year.
have another bridge that's moving.
Yeah, so do I.
Actually, the problem is it's not moving.
Oh.
The problem is the Portal Bridge in New Jersey, which was built in 1907, is very bad at doing the swing these days.
Oops.
And
Oh.
It's so bad, actually, at it, because I was looking at the video about it, because Amtrak has a little video, and they've been fairly active on YouTube lately, which is awesome. But
They hired a new PR guy, I guess.
I hope. Or, you know, whatever. It's...
Like we oughta.
But the Portal Bridge is a swing bridge. And, it has to be opened, like, once a month, tops. Well, like, 12 times a year. And to get it to do it properly, because the bridge is 110 years old, they bring out something on the order of 30 guys. And everybody actually has a job. It's not like, we're going to have one guy operate the bridge and 29 guys stand around. It's everyone that goes out there has to do a specific thing with the bridge to get it to work right. This is a bridge that sees almost 400 trains a day. So if something goes wrong, it's boned. Also, it's 2-track when all of the stuff around it is 4-track. So it's a bottleneck. And so...
Great.
It's a bottleneck, and they're ready to create two new bridges to replace it, called the Portal South and Portal North Bridge. A total of about $1.5 billion of investment, and part of it is raising the entire structure, raising the track. So they want to build it so that it doesn't have to be a drawbridge. And again, there's a YouTube video.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's the designs are submitted. They know what they're doing already. And the contracts are underway.
Oh, good.
It's going to be starting construction. Well, it's actually ground was broken on October 13th. Our favorite New Jersey governor, Chris Christie, broke ground on the project.
Oh boy.
Yeah. He's always been good with bridges.
Yeah.
Right. And building them.
Anyways, bridges and tunnels, as a matter of fact. So, fast forward a few years, 2025. We're looking at when the work is going to be done, presumably, on the former East River tunnels.
Okay.
Or, not the former, I was going to say the former Pennsylvania Railroad tunnels, but they're Long Island Railroad, they always have been. The East River tunnels. Shush, that's a long time to wait. That's 13 years after Hurricane Sandy, and Hurricane Sandy caused the problems. But it's not just something you can just shut down. They're waiting for other projects to be done first, and then they can start working on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot
sometimes you gotta think about future.
Yeah. Well, let's think about it right now before the tunnels fall in.
Well, it's just a series of waiting games.
Yeah.
Like, you just gotta wait sometimes.
But you know what's worse than water in your tunnel?
What?
Water in your
The
train.
bridge going out.
Well,
Oh, God. I saw this.
it depends on
Broken
where
air
you're playing.
conditioning in the brand new Hitachi 800s.
Oops.
Oh boy.
I feel like broken air conditioning is a little bit of an understatement.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
basically, Hitachi has made some, or rather all of the passengers, very wet. And
I wish I could do
I
that.
love this quote. I was actually on the train, and the delay and water leaks meant that it was not the standard of service we expect or are known for. We can and will do better. Well, gee, I would hope so.
Yeah. What do you typically provide as, passenger cars? Gondolas?
Yeah, they typically provide warm water. This was cold water.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
It's a sauna car. It's Swedish made, not Japanese.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hitachi Sweden edition.
It's the Volvo train.
Are you kidding me? Well, actually, that follows right along. Air conditioning doesn't work.
It
Volvo,
is
yeah.
It is the sauna car. Oh, God. Don't tell me that air conditioning doesn't work.
Well, that's what caused the water.
Yeah.
Oh,
No. I mean, with the Volvo, you don't need to tell me that the air conditioning doesn't work. Quick! Keep wiping! Keep wiping!
Oh my god. I had that happen while I was driving home the other day, and I was like, gee, I really wish I had Wi-Fi in the car. And I'm like,
Jeez.
squeaking little hole. Anyways.
Squeeze your hole. Well,
Well, that's what Hitachi's
Well.
for.
well. Hitachi made the passengers wet. Well, usually it's hot. Well.
Well.
Well,
Anything else interesting?
BNSF's tearing down the bridge in North Dakota.
We're just losing bridges
think.
left and right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that, yeah,
Is there...
safety is their biggest concern and the reason why they're tearing it down. So panics on
News
safety.
starts
Oh god,
now.
there's an autoplay video on the site again.
Yeah, I know.
Not again.
It's terrible. BNSF has a plan in place that does not include a walking bridge.
You know what?
And
Yeah, so they want to replace this
And then-
bridge.
and then there's these people talking about, hey, maybe you should save some of those pillars and we can build a trail there.
Well, I mean,
No.
they're planning to save the pillars. It does say that, doesn't it? Yeah, leaving the existing piers and then adding the new piers for the new bridge.
Okay.
Okay, you want to know something? And this is something that my mass transit systems engineer brought up. So there was a proposal a little while ago for a high-speed corridor connecting Albany and Buffalo, so all the way across New York State. New York has always been fairly, well-to-do in terms of railroads. That should be no surprise to anybody. We've got one of the corridors. We've got the Empire Corridor, and it extends technically all the way to Buffalo, but there aren't too many trains per day all the way there. So there was a proposal on the table to plan and build this corridor all the way to Buffalo, this high-speed corridor, so 100 and however many miles an hour running.
Yeah.
And the debate was brought into Albany, because that's where the state legislature is, and my mass transit system teacher was a major part of the debates, because he worked for CDTA, the Capital District Transportation Authority at the time. And he said 90% of the argument had nothing to do with the entire system from Albany to Buffalo. It had to do with restoration of the walking path over the Livingston Avenue Bridge, which is the bridge.
God damn it.
Which is the
What?
bridge that connects the Amtrak station to Albany proper, because the station is on the other side of the bridge. Because you cannot walk over that bridge, which it does have a walkway, but it's been shuttered for many years. Because you can't walk over that bridge, you have to walk an extra mile around and up over this high bridge to get to the station. It's obnoxious.
Oh,
I've done it before. I've done it a few times, actually, because waiting for the bus is sometimes more time. But yeah, no, I do think that walkway should be back. B, that bridge needs to be replaced. Just wholesale replaced. And part of the plan would be replacing that bridge, and there are a lot of very vocal advocates for, we need to, when we replace the bridge, reinstall the walking path. But for whatever reason, the conversation got steered away from the multi-billion-dollar investment and back to a walking path.
Damn walking people.
I don't know how this happens. Because,
They take a complete 180 away from...
yeah. Well, because the vast majority of people, I feel don't care all that much about the big picture. We want to use the bridge.
Yeah, that's true.
And, that's not
I
necessarily...
can say that with all these people talking about converting after rail lines, or what could be after rail lines, to trails.
Well, I mean,
They aren't thinking about the long term.
it should be no surprise to anyone that people care about what they can use.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they don't necessarily think about what other people can use first. And by other people, I mean the economy.
Yeah.
But
The ecology.
the ecology!
Speaking of the ecology, GE is selling some of their stuff.
Not just some, like a lot.
They,
Like a lot of
they're
it.
selling 20 billion worth of assets.
That's a
And
lot.
included in that $20 million.
$1 billion.
Billion.
Yeah, billion, big numbers. Is the locomotive manufacturing plants.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
No more
So
Chivos! Oh
So
no!
GE might be going out of business sooner than EMD.
Yeah, in terms of
That's not
locomotives.
good.
Yeah, in terms of locomotive. Well, Caterpillar isn't going anywhere, so EMD's fine.
Wow.
What are you doing, guys? GE, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
come on, G.
which begs the question: if CAT shuts Progress Rail and GE shuts locomotives, who's going to make locomotives in the U.S.?
Siemens?
Yeah, Siemens.
That leaves what? Siemens? They don't
Yeah.
make freight engines, or they haven't yet.
Does
But they
Alstom?
merged.
As a matter of
with
fact,
people.
they don't make very many passenger engines either.
Does Alstom make freight engines?
I've never heard of them. I'll be completely honest. Who?
Oh,
Well, apparently
it's a
they're merging
major
with him.
French corporation that makes locomotives, and they're going to merge with Siemens.
Aha.
And the idea is to compete with CRRC, the guys who are making the new Orange Line rail cars for the MBTA. So mergers.
Merger.
But
Government's not going to be happy.
well, it's not our government, so they don't get to say.
This is
But you
fair.
know who is happy?
Ooh.
Metroliner. Their F-125s are now in service.
Where?
Right.
Woohoo.
Ooh.
Congrats.
Congratulations, you won.
Am I thinking of the wrong Metroliners, or have the Metroliners
No,
been a thing
Metrolink.
for like 40
Metrolink.
years? Oh, Metrolink.
Yeah, that took me a minute
And
too.
also some woman
I heard
purchased a
Metroliner,
Santa
like,
Fe
aren't the Metroliners, like, weren't they old news 40 years ago?
Yeah, no, the Metroliners were the Pensy things. Or, you know,
Yeah.
the Penn Central things, I guess.
Right.
No, they were paying Central.
Yeah. Metrolink bought a bunch of these engines, and they look like the front is melting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They legitimately look like they're melting.
They look like they are
Yeah.
melting indeed.
They were out too long in the sun.
Who made these things?
I don't know.
It's a good question.
Was it GE?
I mean, it's an F-125, so
It's EMD.
yeah, EMD.
EMD. Okay.
EMD
EMD,
bias.
your locomotives need to be built out of something stronger than paraffin wax.
You know what's built out of something stronger than that?
Oh no,
What?
The Santa Fe Depot that got sold.
Oh, it finally got sold. Did it get sold to the woman who married it?
Maybe.
Oh, jeez.
If she somehow got, what, 8.65 million out of her butt? Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh, I'm
God.
sorry. That was me. Actually, I'm the one who bought it. Thank you
Oh,
very
I'm
much.
sure. You're going to move Gulag to
That
it?
sexually identifies the Santa Fe Depot in San Diego.
You know, I've heard worse things. I've heard somebody who's identified as a what was it? They wanted to be a blind person.
File.
They wanted to be a blind... Who wants to be a blind person?
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me see if I can find that article.
Oh, my God. Whatever. We should...
Well, anyways, it happened, and
Continue.
they don't know the guy.
We should wrap, so... Oh my god.
Okay,
I do have
well-
some
well-
other cool stuff. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put the articles for the bridge derailments down, because we talked about them very briefly earlier, but I don't feel like getting into them
Yeah.
right now.
Ultrasound work is being done on 700 Explorer, and
my
so
God.
far so good. That'd be SPNS 700. I'm surprised that you didn't talk about these next-gen SLFs.
I'm not exactly excited for them. I think they look kind of lame. But
Oh.
I'll talk
The
about them later.
Avalias.
Okay.
Yeah, the Avalias. But I'll talk about them more next time. I mean, they're growing on me. They're growing on me. But at first, I think...
Oh,
I-
I
Yards in Salt Lake City are apparently expanding, so that's good. Oh, it's good to see where it's expanding.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's. Anything real
Yeah.
important that we should cover?
Nope.
So, no. Can't do that.
All right. Then that is that, and it is time to terminate. As usual, Eric is the only one with a point because he deserves it. And
This is my first time with a point in a while. Shut up.
yeah. Well, that doesn't mean you don't deserve it. And he says
Kutabare.
whatever the hell that means. Jader said Kabusa Moose. God damn it, Eric. Now everything's in that stupid font. Oh, it's Arial. I still hate it. Why both?
Oh, no.
It's no who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Away!
Jesus Christ. Maybe not safe for work, slightly.
Oh.
You didn't like my kilt. Bastard.
Okay.
So there's 2 things on eBay that I might want to buy. XO060, or no, 10-wheeler. Or a picture of 1065 on Portland Traction Company. Not quite sure which. Not gonna post the links. Just,
Okay. Well, no, don't post
Just
the
in
links,
case.
then you'll have competition.
yeah.
Anyways, I'd like to round it off with saying, if you build a steampunk apparatus, don't keep it exposed in a bin in your room when you're not there and there's room inspections. Because the RAs will think it's bombs and report you to public safety.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That was an interesting conversation. Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this Terminus podcast, and we'll hopefully be back in 2 weeks if we are on schedule, but maybe we'll Amtrak again.
And don't get arrested for bomb threats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't rob trains.